Tired of dying because everyone is running around with painted black and spinning around like ballerinas on a mission? I was thinking the same thing some years back. But then, it all changed as I experimented with my rifle and stopped using lock-on. Today, I will teach you what I've learned so far. So, let's get right into it. Step 1. Buy a sniper rifle. I use the carcano rifle for the most part, and the reason for this is simply that if I miss my shots, I am shit out of luck using the another rifle. And, if the player you're up against is experienced at PvP, the carcano is your best bet. I also use the short scope, because I dictate the distance between me and the enemy rather than attempting to hit longer shots. Also, I find it difficult seeing an enemy through the scope while using long or medium scopes, as some players seem to be suicidal, and decides it's a good idea to rush me. Step 2. Settings. You can either choose the same settings I use, or you can experiment. When I teach people how to snipe, I usually just tell them to copy, then alter at a later stage, so that they can mix it with their lock-on painted black settings, or what other type of playstyle they might be running with. My settings have not been altered since playing with lock-on myself though, so I know these work with painted black and lock-on as well. If you wish to mix them however, I would suggest increasing the aim sensitivity and look sensitivity to 100% each. And for the sniping part of this, the look sensitivity is the most important setting for me as I aim before aiming down sight. Step 3. Knowing the center of your screen. Spending as short amount of time in the scope is crucial. And knowing the center of your screen, putting him always in the center, as well as aiming from the minute you see your target, is the key to how I snipe. The reason for spending as little time in the scope as possible is because the scope limits your view on the situation. And if you cannot see your enemy, but he can see you, you're dead. The minute you are able to spot your enemy, your crosshairs or center of the screen should have him in it. Step 4. Understanding the in-game aim assist. Depending on the distance of your enemy, the game will assist your aiming, but only give you aim assist from a certain range. If the enemy is too far away when scoped in, it will not provide you with any aim assist. In the beginning of this shootout, I was a bit too far away to get maximum out of the aim assist. So, I ran closer, while aiming close to her and got more and more assistance when I got my crosshairs on the target. This is my most preferred range. Step 5. Learn how to read the radar. Finding your enemy on the map, if you cannot see him, can be hard for some players. I learn players' locations because I know that the enemy should always be on the top of my radar. This means he is right in front of me, and all I have to do then is look for him vertically on my screen. If you cannot find him by doing this, you can activate your Deadeye for instance, and it will make your vision a bit more clear. By activating Deadeye, it can also give his location away if he is visible. This is provided that you have a Deadeye card deployed and that your Deadeye bar is not entirely empty, of course. Step 6. Take advantage of your surroundings. If facing an experienced player, move from cover to cover if you have to get closer or to figure out your next move. Staying out in the open generally won't help you against the experienced players. Obstacles such as this hazel or even bushes will deflect shots. You don't need to hide, but by sneaking closer to a player without getting shot to death. This will perhaps even get him confused on where you are located. It could give you some momentum as well. If you're better at reading the radar, and are able to tell where he is while he is slow to read the map. Using a shotgun when they are too close is what I would do. The sniper can be utilized when the target won't fill up the entire scope once I choose to scope in. Damn. This video is now falling apart, as it's a shotgun tutorial now.
You had one job. Just the one?
Moving on. Step 7. Ability cards builds I use. The cards I usually use when sniping are the following. And this second one for when the opponent switches a build similar to the first one. I'll explain the cards, and let's start with the red cards aka Deadeye cards first. The Deadeye card is chosen based on enemies. I use the Slippery Bastard card if there's a lot of enemies that can paint me. And I usually tend to switch to Focus Fire if I'm up against a players that uses Slippery Bastard. As to me, that card is the kryptonite to that card. Next in line are the damage cards. I use Winning Streak and Sharpshooter, as Winning Streak gives you the benefit of dealing more damage for every shot you hit. And Sharpshooter deals more damage while scoped in, and also provides a bit of health boost. Last, but not least, the Never Without One card is a must for anyone having a hat on. But if you don't have one, I would go with Fool Me Once instead. The hat card gives me protection, and protects my head from being headshot and dying straight away. If you choose to use Fool Me Once instead and you dislike wearing hats, it's not as strong against experienced players, but at least you don't have to worry about losing your hat all the time. The Fool Me Once card is basically the opposite of Winning Streak, and I sometimes swap it out from the second build and add Sharpshooter. That was all the steps. I would like to thank you for watching, and hopefully I've earned some new subscribers. Should you however have some follow-up questions, feel free to spam the comments or join my Discord, as a link to it will be in the description below. I would also like to thank Rayamoon for helping me demonstrate certain things. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.